talk clan battles. For some of you who probably are interested in clan battles, in 1 day and 20 hours is this available, and the main price is, I do believe, 11,000 steel. So you have this opportunity that you play 7 versus 7 tier 10 ships only, and you're not allowed to play with any aircraft carrier, and you only have one single battleship. And I do believe the whole battle will be against cruisers versus cruiser and cruisers versus destroyer, because you're not allowed to play a CV, but then you only have one battleship, so the rest of the entire friendly or team has to be destroyers and cruiser. And I'm thinking to share with you thoughts about the tier 10 cruiser. I believe that Puerto Rico and Yoshino, it's really valuable pick because of the large HP pool. They have tools like radar, hydro, and this behemoth of a large Yoshino has crazy good torpedo, and you can surprise your enemy with those tools. But definitely big guns, hard hitting, extremely high to put your enemy on fire. But there is so many ships, they are all strong. As a matter of fact, I have very hard to think one bad cruiser. As a matter of fact, even the Italian tier 10 cruiser is pretty darn strong, and she has all tools to deal with other cruisers. But then I thinking to myself, man, if I would be in a battle, what kind of cruiser is the jack of all trades cruiser? So what, guys, seriously, I'm not saying that the tier 10 cruiser are any bad. Matter of fact, the big epic reload of and buff to the Hindenburg, it's actually a DPM monster. In many ways, she is today as powerful than ever. The big ships or super cruisers like Yoshino and Puerto Rico are also strong. But the problem is that they have bad concealment, and they do not have the DPM to take the business. I'm talking about the fast reload to kill other destroyers, and probably dealing other destroyers. Worcester and Des Moines are probably way better. But there is a huge but. There is a cruiser named Smolensk. So guys, let's talk about a little bit of Smolensk. The Smolensk cruiser, guys, it's shall I say, very good all-arounder, and probably, I'm just saying, this is the best cruiser to deal and kill other destroyers. I'm not saying that Worcester does not have a good DPM. Sure, it does, and you may argue that Worcester Des Moines are all strong. But the problem is that with Worcester and Des Moines, they kind of struggle to hit a destroyer more than, let's say, 12-13 kilometers. I do believe after 14 kilometers, it's easy for a destroyer to dodge the incoming shells from Worcester and Des Moines. How about this cruiser? Nope. I believe, guys, of all shells in the whole game, the Zau's dispersion and the Smolensk dispersion are epic or crazy. And guys, without saying too much, the Zau's dispersion, it's absolutely the best in the game, the best eclipse, or how should I say, the shells are so likely tight together. I cannot explain you what I mean, but you get the point. The problem with the Zau, that it's kind of a long reload. In that regard, even the Hindenburg has better DPM than the Zau. But the number one DPM monster of all ships in the game, I still believe, is this one, guys. I understand you only have 130 millimeters guns, but they are rail guns, guys. And the thing is, here's the thing about these ships. This ship is actually not a bad in that regard. She's more have better concealment than the Zau, exactly 10 kilometer flat. The only cruiser I can come up with better concealment is the Minotaur, And I believe, guys, even the Minotaur has a very strong place, but the biggest concern with the Minotaur is that you kind of have to come a little bit closer and you risk your ship for the radar, like Moskva, like Stalingrad, 12 kilometers range. So it could be punishing to stay with it. So guys, did you know what the range I have? I'm not saying that I recommend this one, but probably it's not a bad idea when you're playing clan battles. Well, let's find out what kind of range do I'm talking about. Artery, right? 950 meters per second fine range. I do have here 19.2 kilometers. Yeah. Guys, I'm not saying that you're gonna hit a destroyer at 19.1, but you may hit a slow cruiser or a large super cruiser like Puerto Rico or another battleship at very max range. And the DPM, even if you miss, let's say, oh man, my aim was terrible. Sure, it's just a couple more seconds and you reload those guns again. What I'm trying to say, guys, and this is my honest opinion about the meta of this ship, it's kind of a weird that she does not have any weakness whatsoever. You may argue her biggest weakness are her HP pool. Let's talk about very fast about her HP pool, and that it's of course 32,400. It's the worst of all. But the thing is, you have smoke, so even though you're lacking in HP pool, and of course you're lacking in armor, what armor? But the main role of this cruiser is to put battleships on fire and delete destroyers in seconds. That's her main job, and she is very good at that. But this combination, guys, with crazy high DPM, smoke, very long range, and torpedo, and hydro, and a defense. I mean, if you're playing this ship in random battle, do you think you give a damn about the CV? Or another cruiser, or another destroyer? Not even the Kleber can fight this one. Sure, don't get me wrong, when you have the Klebers reload, it can wreck this ship apart. But before she's going down, you might receive huge amount of damage with those guns, because after all you have 16 guns. Even though you don't do a whole lot of damage, but you cripple the destroyer like there's no one business, and you have heal. Kleber does not have heal. So what I'm trying to say, guys, and this is my final word, she is too good of a cruiser. I'm not saying she's the best cruiser, but definitely shall I say, fulfill the role of a cruiser. Cruiser, guys, it's a support ship that you're staying behind your battleship. You don't take any damage, but you deal damage, and you support your battleship and make sure you got a win, and you make sure you have like 20 fires in each and every game. It's not impossible to receive that, guys. There's very few ships in the game that you have so many. Easy to farm damage, especially versus a battleship, and that is the problem with this ship. The biggest problem, she does not have weakness. Her AA, it's godlike. Her hydro, it's godlike. Her range, it's godlike. Her DPM, it's godlike, and so on. I can go forever. I mean, Minotaur's DPM, it's higher, but the shells are so floaty. You need to come closer within the radar range to be more effective. Don't get me wrong. In many ways, a Minotaur can definitely eat this ship for breakfast, dinner, and lunch. But the problem is in clan battles that there probably are some other radar cruiser, and yeah, you're never gonna hit a damn thing within 14 kilometers, more than 14 kilometers in Minotaurs. That's never gonna happen. You will actually struggle to hit anything over 11 kilometers. It's almost like Atlanta, very hard, and the shells are very, shall I say, up and down, like a US. Atlanta's close to that. You get the point. But this one, it's Russian. It's very easy, like a laser guns, and that makes this ship kind of a broken. That you don't need to come close to be effective, and you do your job as a support ship. Uh, of course, it's different play style, and I would like to say that Word Gaming is thinking, oh, it's the clan battle, and let's nerf the Henry IV, the French ones. And very unfortunately, guys, that she's still strong. Matter of fact, I'll go so far that all tier 10 cruisers are extremely strong, but they become, shall I say, less important because of the gameplay. With this ship, you can come extremely close to that thanks to that extremely good detection, and be a support or a very long range HE spammer. But in random battle, this is jack of all trades ship that you provide AA cover and good damn support in everything. So that is the biggest concern with this ship, that if someone's trying to push, it will be heavily focused, and they will burn. I mean, there isn't any other ships that put you on fire like this thing does. So makes the battleships gameplay very unpleasant, and probably that is the biggest concern about this ship. And if I'm CV captain, if I'm saying I'm facing Smolensk or Worcester or a Des Moines or Minotaur, I cannot charge them. If I do, guys, if I midway, I'm charging this ship. Sure, I can send my torps or dive bomber or whatever I do have, but then I will pay with all my planes gone. The AA power creep, it's unreal. I do have the midway, guys, but I only play coup battle. You cannot play something else that you do less damage than 1 or 2 salvo from any battleship salvo. So what I'm trying to say, guys, I'm not expert in tier 10 gameplay, but there are 2 ships. There have been so much power creep, it's not even fun how much they were when they were designed first time, and how powerful they are and how garbage they are today. And those 2 ships, you're never gonna believe what I'm gonna say right now. Those 2 ships are almost unplayable today, and they were completely overpowered and broken when they was released. And one of them, guys, you're never gonna say, it's actually the midway. The midway used to have jets fights and can literally kill everything and everyone in just few strikes in RTS mode. But believe me, guys, I never take her for a spin in random battle, because some battles are all tier 10 and you cannot touch none without losing all the planes. I mean, seriously, guys, there are very few ships in the game that you can strike and not lose the entire squad. So for me, it's ship only for coup battle. How broken is that? And someone, the second one, which I never researched, but guys, it's close to unplayable today. And it was completely overpowered and most broken ship of all ships. I do have Trashcan, but there's so few people playing Trashcan. Some who playing Trashcan are extremely, shall I say, elite unicorn players. But I'm not talking about the Trashcan. I'm talking about the big brother of another mother, and that is the Khabarovsk. Khabarovsk, in my honest opinion, it's like midway. This ship went from the best broken invisible fire close to 4 kilometers, put everything on fire, and fast demon, nobody could touch her, and she just went and wrecked everything from nerf and nerf and nerf. The concealment, she used to have 10 kilometer torps, for crying out loud. She used to have one of the best rudder, and now she has a garbage rudder. You have to run double rudder to make this work. I'm not saying you cannot do some damage, but the level of where she was, where it's today, it's not even fun to recommend. And same story, guys, I do believe close went also for the Kleber. I know some people can still make this work, but the change it in concealment and everything else, it's almost as bad as the Khabarovsk. And I believe, guys, without saying too much, if you're playing, let's say, 100 battle, How many Khabarovsk gameplay you gonna face? Even if you play only tier 10, probably 1 or 2. It's so darn few players they play this ship. And guys, when the destroyer line was released, everybody wants to get this ship. It was so total broken. I'm not saying that that we want this thing back like it used to be, because it was completely overpowered. But guys, today, if you have the Kleber or some other, I don't know, it soon will be the Swedish destroyer line, why the heck you play with this thing when there are more stronger destroyer and have almost the same DPM? She lost in DPM fight versus Kleber. She lost in torpedo and also the HP pool. Do you think this ship's HP pool is higher than Kleber? I don't think so. You know what I mean? So she literally lost her signum, or lost her flavor. I don't know how to explain it. She's huge and large, and I understand some parts are 50 millimeters, but and you will eat full pan from battleship. And that's significant, huge change versus any other destroyer, because versus any other destroyer, they most likely do overpan, and overpan is very little damage. This thing eats full damage. This one and Harigumo, you know what I mean. But Harigumo's gameplay is totally different between this one. Some captains, they don't have any smoke. They only have heal and their speed. That's all they do, and they have garbage torpedo. I do believe it's 4 kilometers torps. Yeah, 6 kilometers torps, and it takes ages to reload them, and you almost never use them, because if you use them, there's something wrong with your gameplay. So let me know in a comment below, guys. I believe, without saying too much, that Wargaming over-nerfed the Khabarovsk and Midway in a huge change. It's close to unplayable for both of them, and I go so far, I do not recommend you to play one of those two ships, because you need to be a super unicorn to handle those ships. It's not for everyone. Joy, and even though I like to play my Kiev, I like to play my trash can, it's a very type of gameplay, and it's hard to master it, even if you're trying your very best. And of course the meta has been changed with radar and so on, but I believe, guys, that Wargaming, they went a little bit too far in nerfing some ships, and some of them, yeah, I'm like to say, like this ship, not the trash can, is still alright-ish destroyer. I'm saying that you are very strong, powerful when you're shooting other tier 8s and tier 9 destroyer, because your HP pool is extremely large. I'm not saying that this is completely unplayable. That's the reason I still have her. You see here, guys, I have 178,000 base experience, so I only need to play her few times to receive the Khabarovsk. But the thing is, in my honestly opinion, Kaba, it's a pile of crap. It's not worth it. Very unfortunately, it took me a lot of years, not months, to grind from tier 1 all the way to tier 10, and now the game change has been so ridiculous, unfair for the poor Kaba. I believe she deserves some buffs, in my honestly opinion. Sure, you can have a lot of fun, but when there is a Kleber, even the nerfed Kleber, it's still a better pick than the Kaba. I will make a new video about the Kleber and Mogador. Mogador received a slightly nerf, especially in the torpedo, but I still believe their torpedo are extremely strong, and I've seen a lot of videos that they still work because of the speed and this opportunity. You can still stealth Thorpe, especially with Mogador. With Kleber, it's way harder, extremely hard to stealth Thorpe. But guys, the truth is that the I don't like to change it when you release a ship and then just 2-3 patches later, oh man, this ship it's total broken, let's nerf it. And then the player like me, I have so much experience with this one, I never gonna research the Kappa. Well, I do the day where game decide to buff her something, rather ship concealment something, because I do believe that this ship received at least 3 different kind of nerfs. 4 with invisible fire. So you're not a king of Daka Daka going killing everything and everyone, and nobody can aim at you, nobody can shoot at you. Those days are gone. Why is that? Well, there are a new ships sent. This was relieved, and that is one of them are definitely the Smolensk and some other railguns ships that you have no problem whatsoever to aim at, hit you at very max range. So guys, let me know in the comment below, would you play clan battles, which ship you will pick? I know most of you guys are battleship main. It's only allowed 1 battleship, and I believe that no matter what you take there over there, they are all strong. So yeah, let me know in a comment below. So guys, thanks guys for watching, and always Captain Spear sees, and goodbye.